here to your old dad and let's see what seems to be the trouble. Now, just a minute. Oh, here we are. There, you forgot to open the hatchway. Now, you fix your shirt, and I'll fix your hair.
All right.
There we are. Now, you come on, sit down here and have a nice, great, big breakfast.
Daddy?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be marvelous if Wonder Boy could win the handicap?
Too marvelous for words.
That would put us out of debt, wouldn't it?
You bet. Dad could send you away to a nice school.
But I don't want to go away to school, Daddy. I want to stay with you. Always.
And I want you to stay with me. Always. You don't want to grow up to be an old ignoramus, do you?
Oh, no. That would be terrific.
Hey! Sounds like Biff.
You guys ever gonna crawl out?
We are out, Biff. Just finished breakfast.
Okay, boss. I want you to have a look at Wonder Boy.
Right? Come here, sweetheart. Look at that. Playful as a kitten. You leaving us today, Cloudy?
Yes, sir. I done joined the Army. I was in the 45th Infantry.
Infantry!
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, didn't you tell them what a good rider you are? Why didn't you join the cavalry?
Oh, no, sir. No cavalry for me, because if we's in the war and we's retreating, I don't want to be bothered dragging no horse along.
Oh. There. Did you hurt yourself, sweetheart?
I could back a soda cracker. I could back a boot. If I should cry, I hope to die. I honest to goodness do. There, I won't cry now, Daddy. I put a hex on it.
Terrific.
I'll see you at the track, boss.
Okay, Ben. Come on, sweetheart.
Hello, darling. You let me come here this morning, won't you, Daddy?
You bet I will, honey.
You wouldn't run for anybody like you'd run for Peaches. Would you?
Here's my rabbit's foot, Miss Peaches. Put it on his nose before he starts. Goodbye, everybody, because I was off to the war.
Up you go. Well, you ought to be in good shape this morning.
Wonder Boy, be quiet. Come on, Wonder Boy, faster. Ride him, Miss Peaches, ride. Come on, listen to Peaches. Faster.
Anytime Peaches cruising that rear of his, you jump off a cliff for her.
Faster. Come on, boy.
Look at him go.
Ride him, Miss Peaches, ride him. Ride him, Peaches.
Well, Wonder Boy's going to give early rival the race of his life.
But he won't win. He can't win. I'll take care of that.
Come on, boy. That's terrific.
At the half.
Biff, am I crazy? Did you get what I got?
I'm afraid so, boss.
Holy smoke, man, that's impossible. He never did that before.
He's done it this time. We've got a winner, Tom.
I can't believe it, Biff.
Tom, look out!
He'll be here.
Nanny. What happened, Nanny?
Please.
Nanny.
Darling. You've got to know the truth. Your daddy's on the home stretch.
No.
Please now, honey, baby. You've got to take it, huh? Oh, here. Come on. Put a hex on those tears there. Come on now,
That's enough for today, Biff. I'm worried about Wonder Boy.
Oh, he'll be all right. But you've got to work harder at your history lesson, or you'll be getting bad marks again.
Oh, I'll study tonight, Biff. Honest, I will.
How's the leg, Pop?
Oh, I'm getting the stiffness out of it all right.
Funny how he keeps hurting himself at the barrier. Doesn't seem as if he'll ever learn to break from a gate.
He breaks all right when I'm near enough to talk to him. I tell you, Biff, he misses me when I'm in that old school, and it makes him nervous.
He's a bad actor, Peaches. He'll never learn to get away from the gate with the other nags.
I think it's mean of you to say such things so Wonder Boy can hear you, Mr. Creighton. First thing you know, he'll believe it himself.
Peaches.
Oh, don't stop her, Biff. I wouldn't let anyone say things like that about a horse of mine.
That's because you love your horses, Mrs. Van Gordon. You've got to love a horse for what he is, not for what he can win.
Don't take any notice of my cousin, Peaches. All he knows about horses is what he reads in racing forms. I don't think Wonder Boy looks like a nervous colt.
He's only that way when I'm not with him. He's got so, he depends on me.
In all my years of training, I've never seen such understanding between a human and a horse. If there's anything wrong with her, you can bet that he'll be wrong, too. She could unconsciously ruin a race for him. Why, they grew up together.
Then you'd better see that nothing goes wrong with her on the day he runs in the big handicap. $100,000 isn't exactly hay for man or beast.
I feel that I can look after her.
You've been doing all right up to now, Biff.
How old are you, dear?
I'm running a close second to 8.
It's a little bit too young for a kid to be hanging around a racing stable.
I haven't seen any evil influence around here. Have you, Mrs. Van Gordon?
Oh, of course not. Peaches was brought up to racing the same as I was. Do you go to school, dear?
Yes, ma'am, and Biff helps me with my lessons. We were studying about Paul Revere today. I like Paul. He was terrific.
Oh, I remember. Paul Revere jumped on his horse and rode through the night to victory.
Gosh, tell me, Mrs. Van Gordon, what were the odds?
Spectacle of spectacle, folks. This is Handicap Day here at Santa Anita, the beautiful track of 1,000 thrills, life, color, and action. An estimated crowd of 50,000 are here today. Watching the races is the merriest and most brilliant assemblage of horse racing fans that any track in America draws. Rivers of gold are running through the tote board. Among the well-known people, we have that great comedian, Al Jolson, and his charming wife, Ruby Keeler. Here is Olivia de Havilland, and the little Caesar of the screen, Eddie Robinson. Here comes Frank McHugh, Little Owen, the man who picks the winners. And there is Miss Betty Davis, winner of the Academy Award of 1935, and her husband, Mr. Harmon Nelson. Here comes Hugh Herbert, very excited. Looks like he has a winner. There is Alan Jenkins and Mary Treen. Alan looks like he's not sure of himself.
Darling, have you got a tip for me in this race?
Honey, you know I don't play tips. I play hunches.
Hunches?
Sure, like dreams, things of that sort. For instance, Ruby, I went to bed the other night. I had the most peculiar dream. I kept dreaming about hats. Hats. And I went to the track yesterday, and I looked up the program. There was a horse running by the name of Hatteras. And I put a bet on. And who do you think won?
Who?
Sombrero. I'll see you after a while. I got a tip in this next race.
Yeah? What is it?
Wonder Boy hasn't got a Chinaman's chance.
Well, where did you get that information?
His trainer told me it was a cow. It wasn't a horse at all.
Why don't you see a doctor?
What, doctor?
That's Wonder Boy's trainer.
You say race horses don't eat the day before the race?
Yep. And sometimes I don't eat for days after.
Bud, you're as nervous as a 2-year-old today. What's the matter with you?
Tess, I'd bet every nickel I could beg, borrow, or steal on early arrival to win that handicap.
That was a dumb play, knowing what you do about Wonder Boy's chances.
I've insured myself against those chances. Wonder Boy's a bad actor at the gate. Never gets away with the others unless that kid is there to yell at him.
Well?
Well, she won't be there today.
As a special feature of our luncheon program today, I want to present to you the youngest owner of a racing stable, the owner of Wonder Boy, Miss Peaches Blackburn.
Once upon a time, there was a prince. Charming was his name. He's been very happy ever since Cinderella came. Now everybody surely heard of how this lovely couple met. But we've never heard a word of Cinderella's horses yet. If it wasn't for the 6 white horses, what would Cinderella do? She would still be sweeping floors and weeping, all alone and blue. If it wasn't for the 6 white horses, where would Cinderella be? She'd be washing dishes, making wishes, just like you and me. After all, the royal ball was quite a big affair. When she went to this event, the horses took her there. If it wasn't for the 6 white horses, what would Cinderella do? Would she have a prince to make her glad? The lucky girl, I wish I had 6 white horses too.
Your cousin's lost her heart to that child, Bud.
Lost her head, you mean?
Mrs. Van Gordon,
Yes?
my name's Bogart. I'm an agent of the Watch and Ward Society for the Protection of Children. Are you Peaches Blackburn?
Yes, sir.
I have here a court order committing this child to the custody of our society. She'll have to come with me now.
Can't this wait until tomorrow? I'll be responsible for her.
But I can't go with him, Mrs. Van Gordon. I've got to get back to the track.
That's just what we propose to prevent. A racetrack is not a proper environment for a child of her age.
I'll go with you, dear.
But I can't go now, Mrs. Van Gordon. Wonder Boy needs me. He's got to win that race.
But it can't be helped, Peaches.
Eclipse! Eclipse! Get to the track quick as you can. Tell Pip I'm pinned. You pinned? Yes, hurry! I'll hurry.
Break him off slow at the start. When you get into the stretch, bring him up on the outside.
Howdy, Mr. Bill.
Why, hello, Cloudy. What's the idea of the sailor suit? I thought you were going in the army.
Yes, I was. But they done found out that I could ride a horse. And before they could put me in the cavalry, I done enlisted with the battleship.
Mr. Bill, they done pinched Miss Peaches and carried her off to town.
What do you mean? Who pinched your Eclipse?
The Watch 'em and Catch 'em Society for the Prevention of Children.
Now, what are we going to do?
Why can't you take us to the track just for the handicap? Then we'll go to town with you.
Sorry, madam, but I've got my orders.
Oh, a bull is stubborn, bull-headed. Oh, stop! I've lost my pocketbook. Stop!
All right. I'll get it.
Where are we going?
Back to the track.
Oh, hooray!
There is a bugle calling to the post of finest thoroughbreds in the country. They're coming through the tunnel, now into the main track. It is a large, unwieldy field lining up at the barrier for this mile and 1/4 battle royal. The eyes of the racing world are focused on Santa Anita's handicap today. The country's leading thoroughbreds go to the post for the running of the world's richest classic.
You haven't lost a bet today. How do you pick them?
I'll show you. Select a card. What's the number?
7.
That's the winner. $2 on number 7 to show.
You're marvelous.
$100 on number 7 to win.
Oh, hurry,
I'm hurrying. Do you want us to break our necks?
Faster.
Horses are lining up at the barrier now. Wonder Boy just broke through. Now they're taking Wonder Boy back. Wonder Boy is giving the starter trouble. Streamline on the outside is out of position, and so is early arrival again. Wonder Boy's through once more. Now they're swinging Wonder Boy back in position. Coming up
Give that
there
horse
now.
one more chance.
Almost even and straight. Now they have them all steady. Now they go! It's Streamline going to the front on the outside. Early arrival is second. Red Canoe is third, and Rosewood is fourth. Wonder Boy was away badly. It's early arrival in front by 3/4. Rosewood is second by half a length. Around the first turn, it's early arrival in front. Rosewood is second by a neck. Turning into the back stretch now, and it's early arrival in front by a length and 1/2.
Faster!
Down the back stretch, it's early arrival on the rail in front by a head. At the half-mile post, it's early arrival by a head. Green line is second by a neck on Red Canoe. It's early arrival on the rail in front. And Rosewood on the outside is second. By 3/4 of a length, Red Canoe is third. Round the far turn. It's early arrival on the rail in front by 3/4 of a length. Rosewood is second by half a length. And Red Canoe is third.
Excuse, please. Excuse me, please. Mr. Bill.
Yeah?
Peaches is here.
What?
Watch our horse.
Early arrival in front by a length and 1/2. Rosewood is second by half a length. Three on third by a neck. And there goes Wonder Boy in the contention. Round the turn, it's early arrival. Here comes Wonder Boy on the outside. Moving very fast. Turning into the stretch. Wonder Boy is moving up on the outside. Early arrival on the rail. Red Canoe is second. Wonder Boy is third. They're coming down the stretch now. And it's early arrival on the inside. Wonder Boy is second on the outside and coming very fast. It's early arrival on the rail by head and Wonder Boy on the outside. It's early arrival on the inside, Wonder Boy on the outside, and it's going to be a driving finish. And here they come across the line of finish, and Wonder Boy wins. He won!
And I had a tip on him, too. Shows you some horse had to win, but none of these.
Now, in the winner's circle, they're presenting a floral wreath to Miss Peaches Blackburn, the owner of Wonder Boy.
Arrest that woman.
What's the charge?
Resisting an officer and aiding and abetting an escaped criminal. But I'll beat that charge. Because from today on, she becomes my little girl. How about it, Peaches?
Terrific!